It may happen again, folks, but I'll try to fix it if it does happen again. Hopefully that's just a one-time thing, but that does tend to happen on occasion. We should be back, folks. So, as we get into the action on this round here, Device is going to catch the shot over there on SKYTTEN. The rest of these players will work their way back over here to try to get themselves into a position, but unfortunately with that shot that comes out from the members of TSM, we'll have to see them start to fall back now to get themselves... And this is like, this is so unfortunate too, because normally from the problem that I'm seeing with GreyFace right now is that they get hit from the beginning of these rounds. So TSM, they're going to pick up an opening shot or two here, and they bring the GreyFace down. But the problem is that after this one, and oftentimes, you know, like, GreyFace will get a response to this, but it's very predictable. So TSM are able to rotate into that, and then we get situations like this now, where they try to slow pop their way over here into long, they make a push there, but it gets found out so quickly by TSM, and they just can take it down from there. It's great. The offense is absolutely great from GreyFace when it started off strong, and when they can find the opening picks for themselves. But when it goes the other direction, when TSM shut it down, like, with even just one kill, it causes this complete change up in the dynamic from the members of or from the members of GreyFace, and it's just not really what you would want to see in that sort of situation, because obviously, again, like, okay, you're pushing middle and you fall back from there, you don't even leave anybody in tunnels. Watch out for a flank there too. So TSM, they're able to move into this one, and even now this chance to, like, massively react quickly here to get themselves over here onto the A site, even that's going to be seen pretty easily too, because okay, you kill a guy in middle, there was definitely more players spotting this one, so you're going to have your defenses up a little more. Thankfully these entries are strong, so pauf and BARBARR pick up these 3 kills here, so now they get a chance to strike back at this, and they might be able to steal away this round, but still, they're taking a big risk in doing that, and now karrigan actually with this flash might have a chance to turn it around himself. He's getting some nice damage off, but fortunately for the members of GreyFace, he's going to be the last player left alive, and they're going to be able to execute him as well. So they take him down, and TSM once again are going to be faltering a little bit here. Their economy will be reset, and this is a good thing. This is one of going back to talk a little bit more about the good things we've seen from GreyFace, is that this is a great thing to see from these players now, is that they are going to be able to pick up their economy once again, and they're going to be able to break the economy from TSM, as TSM has been very inconsistent with picking up these rounds. Their money can never really give itself a chance to establish itself. So, and that shot, they're going to find Device through the Xbox. They take him down. kajunb as well is doing some work through long, but there's going to be a great one from cajunb to shut down kajunb. And now SKYTTEN back is over here in middle as well. It's going to be able to find dupreeh. cajunb looking for another great shot that comes out over there from his deagle, but he won't be able to catch it. And now he's completely flashed. Jumpy, though, a little bit of trouble finding the spray, but he is going to be able to execute it. That's going to be a very swift anti-eco round in the favor of GreyFaces. That's one of the very, very good things that they are able to establish for themselves here, is the fact that they can win those anti-ecos so swiftly. And for TSM, having so many problems on their eco rounds, picking up kills, and overall trying to bring back the lead at this point. But they're going to go for another bye because they've fallen behind by a very big margin now. GreyFace obviously having the pretty big leaning advantage regardless of these final 2 rounds here on their T side. If they can get 10 or 11, it's going to be an absolutely massive advantage, and might even shift us into a game number 3. But kajunb is going to get aggressive, get some good damage off on a Jumpy. That's not going to phase them though all that much though, as they do have to fall back a little bit from middle, but most of their presence is being solidified back over there in the tunnels for the time being as well, so they won't find anything there, as I don't think they're going to want to take a risk on pushing that. Most of these players have pushed over towards middle itself to watch out for the push from there, but as actually more from GreyFace are going to shift their way down towards the mid doors in that mid courtyard area. They will try to push their way back over here up onto a cat, and potentially push their way up onto this. But for Device, he's going to press himself forward, look to try and see if he can catch any aggression through that door, but GreyFace, as they have been for a majority, of this set so far, they're going to play it nice and slow, but as they work their way through here, there's going to be a nice shot from pauf. He opens it up over there on a Device, and now they can try to find their way to do this mid to B split that they've been looking for before. kajunb will jump himself up over here onto the boost spot if he can get up there. Looking for these players at this point, but not going to be able to find them initially, and dupreeh taking a very, very safe position just behind the boxes behind the car as well to wait for that push out from the tunnel. 35 seconds. They still have a decent amount of time to make this push for, but there's pauf again with another shot. He finds his way through middle. kajunb coming back in there. He's going to pick up a kill as well, and that's going to be a 3 for 1, unfortunately, so it just gets shut down from the members of GreyFace there. They won't be able to find their way through the tunnel. They're not going to get their way out of the site, and pauf is even giving up on this. He's going to look to save this now, which is a bit risky, to be completely honest here. He's only got 34 HP. And as well, they should have a pretty good idea as soon as they scout their way into the tunnels that they could catch him, but I think TSM are playing this a little bit safer just in the event that we would see this member pauf try to push down, and he realizes the severity of the situation too. Actually, no, he's going to fall his way back out over here into the T courtyard, so won't even try to push in and look for any kills here. And Zipnix, with that smoke coming in, he's not going to be able to aggress against that either, so they won't catch him there. GreyFace will end up coming out on top once again here, or apologies, TSM will end up coming out on top once again here. And they strike it back a little bit, so they've now got a chance to bring it back up to 6-9 before the half ends. GreyFace will have to go for a buy up here, but overall, will be missing a couple extra things. They got the op, which is the most important, of course, here, but specifically BARBARR back down over there onto a deagle. He's going to be a little bit lapsed compared to the rest of his teammates. Now they go again, same strat that we've been seeing for pretty much the entire half so far. Just spread your wings a little bit at the beginning as they look for any bits of very, very early aggression that would come out there from the members of TSM. They find it through the mid doors, but they pull back from that after the initial aggression sort of fades away there, and now the rest of GreyFace can push their way into it, and they're already actually pushing through, and that's going to be Jumpy that leads the charge. He's going to find an op shot, looking for the second, but that's going to be dupreeh, or apologies, cajunb. These reverse names are really throwing me off. cajunb that will be able to refine their response over there on the Jumpy in order to take him down. As they eliminate him now, they'll try to push their way through, but again, the confidence factor on Team Kappa is just so like, it should be such an easy take, but the resistance is there, but they just don't seem to want to. They just don't seem to be very confident in their ability to find the entry frags. They got the utility to make this push too, but not wanting to use it this early, they really would have seemed to keep it for either post plants or just an entry that would seem a lot safer for the members of GreyFace too. So they don't push in through their initial path. They fall back, and now they're going to try to make this take back over here onto the cat as well. And karrigan and cajunb will try to resist that. Karrigan finding the opening shot. cajunb is going to look for a second one. He's going to miss his second shot after he takes down BARBARR. There's SKYTTEN catching one, and he's going to get traded out there by dupreeh as well, so they take him down, and now it's just pauf. Only little pauf, who will try to take down device, misses the opportunity, and karrigan shuts it down. So TSM come out on top near the end of it. They're going to swing things up to 6-9. Still a very good, again, basically the same thing that we had coming out of our previous map, just in the favor of the members of GreyFace this time. They bring it up to 9-6. Now they're going to jump onto the CT side, and this is going to be where obviously they need to perform very well. As TSM, they're going to get a lot of that aggression, I imagine. We were seeing a decent amount of that, at least in the earlier portions of the rounds on their CT side, so I can try to guess that they would try to transfer that over here, obviously, onto their T side if they want to play that forward. And if they can, they obviously need to pick up this pistol round, so if they aren't going to be able to grab that at the very least, then GreyFace will be in a very secure position of potentially 12-6, unless we see them getting ecoed again on that second round, as we had happening before from the members of TSM. But if that doesn't happen, if they come through, then they'll be in a very secure spot, and TSM will have a little bit of work to do to get themselves back into this game and to get themselves into a much more secure position in terms of winning out this second map and ending this set right here. But TSM, they're going to push their way out towards long to make their way up onto that A site here. cajunb comes out as well, and there's just no defense on it from GreyFace. They all try to push into these players, but the timing on it was completely off, so they get control of the site essentially for free. GreyFace is going to try to solidify, and this is actually a pre-formed strat. This is not like this is a big mistake on their part. Yes, they did move a lot of their players out of the site to sort of let TSM in, but now they're going to try to actually go for the solidified 5-on-5 retake here. Device is trying to screw with it here as he gets in the face of kajunb, but kajunb handles it, and now they're working their way back into here. SKYTTEN finding another one there too as he takes down karrigan. dupreeh trying to find that shot over on BARBARR. He's going to catch it. Zitnik's finding one on kajunb as well, and now they're pushing the back out, but pauf still finding one, but there's dupreeh. He jumps back out along with him and cajunb. They're getting up 2 more kills, and pauf again is the final player alive. Also gets executed there by dupreeh. And TSM will win it out. They're right back into this game. And now they can stack up their scoreline here. Potentially tie things up back at 9 points. And for the members of GreyFace, not going to secure that lead just as of yet. Not going to secure map number 3 just as of yet, more importantly. And for TSM, now they go for directly a lot of their buy-ups. Interestingly enough, karrigan goes for a scout second round, and he's going to look for the shots. Misses his opening shot, and pauf will actually respond to him by putting one back over onto karrigan. So that brings him down to 34 HP, but with the AKs here out in the open, not a whole lot of responses we can see. pauf does end up taking down device with the scout as he shuts him down back over there by middle, but with these 2 kills, they come out towards long. The members of TSM have a very swift way to get themselves up onto the A site, and they're going to take it. Nobody else is here even defending the site right now. Højsleth's moved into the cover. He's looking for the Köhler shot, but not going to find it, as dupreeh is going to be able to finish him off. And now it'll be Jumpy and pauf. Way off at this point. Looking to save more than likely. I think Jumpy will try to get a little bit aggressive and pick up a kill, as again, he didn't invest anything as he's looking to save up to buy up the op, I imagine, for one of his teammates, but obviously he'll have to sit back and hope something fishy comes his way. And that would end up being karrigan now if he does decide to push it out. But I think even karrigan is aware that there is a potentiality for someone to be waiting outside of these doors. So he's just going to camp out in pit, which should be a safe spot for him. Back over towards long, going to be Zipnix. That will move over here towards Jumpy. He almost takes him down, but no dice. And see how close it was there, too, for GreyFace to seal it away. Just like looking at the health pools there. Pretty much everybody was sitting below 50 HP. Everybody was below 50 HP and close to 40 HP or lower. Not everybody from TSM, but not going to be enough. And they do end up coming out on top once again here to pick up their 8th point, and this is the walkover round now for the members of TSM to pick up the tie point. They won't be able to afford anything this time. They're going to be pretty much broke as a joke. And for GreyFace, they'll just have to see what they can exactly do with the very minimal investment they take into this round. But good opener here from Jumpy. Gets some good damage over there onto cajunb by bringing him down to 33 HP. Looking for more here as they try to pop out, but That's going to be dupreeh that is able to swiftly eliminate him with a headshot. Device now moving through as well. Not catching anything over there in CT spawn just as of yet, but they're going to pop out here in a second, or at the very least look for their own shots, as 3 players from the A site are all stocked into here, but no aggression on it, no actual commitment to it. I mean, they're not really expecting to win this round anyway, so they might as well try to go for it, but they've already given them control of the site. Now the final 4 are sort of stuck in awkward places. There's Zipnik's finding the kill, there's cajunb catching the kill back over there, the T courtyard as he takes him down, and Device just pushing right in. 1 headshot, 2 headshots. And TSM pick up the 9th point. And again, not losing anybody, so a great stack up for their money. Same thing from the previous round there too, by keeping 4 players alive. So karrigan's going to upgrade himself over here towards the op. I believe that's going to be another gun tossed over to some teammates if they want it. And it will, I think it's a scout on the ground, so actually oh no, Device is going to choose to pick that up. So they're going to play the very economically speaking here. And they're going to try to save as much money as they can, as Device won't even go for his own personal upgrade. He's just going to pick up the drop scout now that karrigan was using and try to use that a little bit more. But Jumpy's got that op, so we'll see if he can work with it. They haven't spotted him yet, but he's going to completely whiff both of his shots there. And cajunb will take him down. And now we see SKYTTEN trying to work his way back into the site, but can't spot anything at all here. TSM are still all behind the door, completely obscured from pretty much everybody on this. And now it's SKYTTEN tries to work his way in for a flank. It's going to be a little bit slow, and also they're going to give them the time they need to get themselves in a post-plant position. So karrigan already out on the T courtyard, watching out for the big flank. cajunb is sitting out here too. He's got things smoked off, so lower ton push is not even going to be a possibility. And the players from GreyFace / Kappa, they know this already. They're not even going to try to retake. And again, we just go back to all the problems that we saw back over there on Overpass too. This is another example of this where TSM very, very quick with those takes. The T side is looking a lot more solid in terms of the team-based play that comes out from it. So they're going to be able to swiftly get themselves onto that site. They take control of it, and GreyFace can't communicate that quickly enough. So they're not going to be able to rotate in time. Although we might see a kill over here onto karrigan. Not actually going to end up happening. Or dupreeh, apologies. He survives that encounter, which is 4 HP. But still, they're going to be able to keep everybody alive here. They won't kill anybody, so it's still a very nice round from GreyFace in terms of the economy, especially considering here, too, that they're not that far behind. They can still sort of count that as a victory for themselves, and TSM are now like... TSM are now thinking to themselves that they do have a little bit more work to do in regards to actually breaking that economy, but for GreyFace, at the very least here, they can still mount on a pretty good defense. Jumpy, interestingly enough, goes for the CZ buy, so he might try to play a little bit close encounters here outside the tunnels in case the push comes from there again. BARBARR finds a shot onto the Device as well, so they won't be able to push their way out into long just as of yet. And cajunb and dupreeh will be sitting inside of the tunnels, getting a lot of heat from the nades, and probably a smoke will get tossed out here from Jumpy too. So no push coming out from there as of yet, but in the meantime, karrigan freely pushing his way through middle. There's no resistance at all in middle, so they leave it open. SKYTTEN, apologies, will be able to catch that as they slowly push their way out here, but he's going to get a nice flash shot off there, and unfortunately, Zipnik or karrigan will miss their op shots. Now they try to push in. Jumpy holds it for the time being. He finds the opening kill. Now dupreeh is going to be able to respond. Looking for a second one here, too, and the CTs are trying to rotate back, and they're still trying to get that bomb into the site here, too, but Jumpy's playing with him a bit. Won't be able to find any additional kills. He's going to end up falling. cajunb is going to look to very swiftly work his way potentially back into the site through a window, and more rotations are coming in as well. So GreyFace are probably going to end up committing to this, but it's going to be very hard to make that retake. cajunb goes in a little bit too early, so he's going to get dropped. Pauf is trying to seek his way through the tunnels, but that's going to get spotted, but it doesn't even matter because he takes down dupreeh, so now the tunnels are open back up a little bit here. They've got to devote some more attention to this one. The Maw is going to force a relocation on the cajunb as he has to watch out for this one, but still GreyFace too slow with this. They both have kits, but they got to find their way back into the site faster as they're not going to have enough time to duel it out. TSM are playing very far back right now. They move in. Zipnik wins the duel versus Pauf, and now they spot that final player, and cajunb takes him down with the AK. So there's TSM winning yet another gun round. They finish it off. Now they're going to break... actually, I should correct myself. Because of the fact that GreyFace saved previously, and they were able to keep themselves alive for the most part, they're still in a very good spot, so they can rebuy again here at this point. And playing that economy game is going to pan out for themselves, because now, again, they're going to be down by 2 points, but they at the very least get another competent buy. And that was coming down to the wire up until the very end, of course. We saw TSM get the secure hold. I think GreyFace was a little bit too slow on that retake there, and overall didn't leave themselves enough time. So the timer gets on, they basically just have to rush into the site instead of slow playing and try to rework their way back in. Just didn't pan out. And TSM were essentially just ready for that one at all occasions because it was taken far too slowly after the initial kill in the tunnels. But now we're going to see again TSM go for a swift take onto the B site, and they grab it too. GreyFace, no way to respond to this. They're smoked off from middle. They can't rotate in to counter that on us again. They would have to work their way out back towards long and work towards top mid. So I don't think they're going to resist it. I think this is another free round for TSM. They're on the site, and TSM know this, so they're just going to push into them. The pledge should come out in a second. There you have it. Now the timer started, and GreyFace is saving again. So Now we sort of get into that territory where we have to ask the question of whether or not this is worth it for the members of GreyFace, because obviously, again, with more of their players getting taken down, you were in a 3-on-4. If the call had come out a little bit quicker, you still could have been in a good position to potentially retake the situation there, but Obviously, with the CT calls not really being where they need to be as of yet here on Team Kappa, that obviously impacted them a lot more heavily, leaving them out of the picture in terms of the retake. But if they had still gone for it, obviously they would have been given an opportunity to do so. TSM even realized that very quickly too, that they weren't going to push for that, so they spread out. If they had caught some of those kills, they could have turned that round around very, very quickly into their favor and maybe even gotten the defuse there. But now, regardless of that, pretty much everybody, I don't even think anybody saves as well. Yeah, they kill everybody, so like the save doesn't even really work out for GreyFace, as everybody's gonna get taken down. So now they're onto an eco anyway. So you might as well have tried to go for that. And these sort of just playing towards these eco rounds is only allowing TSM to get further and further ahead now, which is going to become a problem because TSM is getting very close to closing out this match at this point. Kaboom will find at least one kill, but again, they're already onto that B site. They don't have the bomb in their control on the site just as of yet, but still, I don't even think they're playing for the bomb now as they spotted BARBARR, and this little pauf is already dead, so karrigan is going to unload himself there with the Tech 9 over onto BARBARR in order to eliminate him. Not going to have any trouble doing that, so they'll take him down. And for TSM again now, not only should I mention, of course, are they giving a lot of these rounds over, but they're letting them stack up a whole lot of change too by keeping their own players alive and not looking for at the very least exit kills to try and keep the money down. We're looking at 2 or 3 players sitting over the 10k mark, 3 players to be exact, and BARBARR with a nice shot now as we do see GreyFace getting themselves with a double up set up now after getting onto the full losing bonus there and saving up for a full round. So they've got a good buy for themselves, but it's got to come out on top this time because even if they do so, they still have to work through all the money for TSM, and if that doesn't happen here, then we might just see the end of the game, to be honest, as TSM will potentially have potentially be working against an eco there on the 14th point, and that will put them with the 15 points, and again from there, it's pretty easy to close up. But it looks like GreyFace have managed to handle things very well in this round, just down to cajunb and device. Those final 2 sort of stuck in middle, and they're going to have to slow play it, as they don't really have too much else of an option now, as they try to push their way through. Device even gets caught up by pauf there, and it's just cajunb, who's going to get eliminated by SKYTTEN. So GreyFace managed to handle that round very nicely. Nobody going down, so a full save for these guys. But TSM, of course, as I had already talked about, with plenty of cash still left in their bank, they're going to be able to go for another easy rebuy. Device should be able to pick up the AK. I imagine Xyp9x might drop one for a teammate. That would be the smart option to try to spread this money out. But no, they're not actually going to do that. They're just going to... No, wait, yeah, he does actually end up dropping for Device there, I think. So they'll spend a little bit more extra money. And dupreeh opens it up this time for the members of TSM. He's going to shut down pauf. And now off of this one, we can see more action being taken towards long. Finally, an A-push here, and how the hell did he get that kill? Almost getting the second one, but BARBARR is going to be able to respond to it this time. He's going to shut down dupreeh. Now Jumpy jumps his way over there towards the tunnels, and thankfully causes a member of TSM to miss his shot. So this is not a secure round for TSM just as of yet, but now they're going to pick up a kill. And oh, they don't even realize they're walking up on a cat. So SKYTTEN caught completely off guard there by Device. That's going to be another takedown, and unfortunately just on Jumpy at this point. Good reaction for him to take down cajunb, so he drops again at least one of the offers here. But now they're going to surround him. They're going to try to close him out. Device will be moving in probably first to challenge him, as he's going to hide in these upper tunnels for the time being. With that op, so a bit of a risky position being taken, but he shifts down towards lower. Could have a good lineup against karrigan, but it'll be an up-on-up battle. Spots him out there on the left side. Jumpy misses his shot, and unfortunately slow peeks against him, so that's going to be karrigan closing it out. Will they actually recover the second op? Doesn't look like it, but again, 14.5k on Xyp9x, so if they did want to re-go for it once again, they could just buy that up off of him, which it doesn't look like they're going to choose to do, just to keep it safe in case GreyFace do strike back. And we can even see here, too, the severity of the situation for GreyFace. Thankfully, because they won out that previous round and got themselves into 10 points, they're not going to be fully broken, but still, for some of their players, very, very low. Jumpy specifically having to go for the op up here is now going to be back down onto a mag 7, so not a whole lot that he can work for, and already TSM rocking up a kill there. cajunb finding kaboom. They tried to go for a fast cap maneuver, but unfortunately, it doesn't really go the way they planned it to, so the final 2 have to fall back. They take up defensive positions on the A side in case we see TSM pushing in towards that one. And now TSM basically have their pick of where they want to take this, and they might just go and oblige the GreyFace members to push directly into this. We see dupreeh moving in, but unfortunately not expecting that Molly to be there as he jumps through it, plumes right out, and pauf's going to pick up the easy kill there. So they find the trade from earlier, they take him down. Now TSM will have to slow things down just a little bit more, because unfortunately they haven't found the free and easy way to close this out as of yet. You can see the Jumpy there too has revealed the fact that he is working with that mag 7, but pauf still holding strong from up on top of the platform there. He's going to score another kill over here too, so he's at a 2 now, but that Molly forces him out. Nice Molly toss it there, I believe, from cajunb, and that's finally going to be the death of him, so he's going to get eliminated off of the hands of this one. BARBARR falls back too to watch out for the push from Xyp9x, but there's Jumpy. He does a little bit of work inside of the tunnels now. He's going to catch one with the mag 7 as he shuts down karrigan. Bomb's still in control of these guys, and they're going to work it up. And we can see the Xyp9x catching a little bit more damage back onto BARBARR. The plant will come down, not particularly planted for long, but cajunb be given free range onto his shot from BARBARR, but now it's just left on to Xyp9x at this point, who only has control of long. SKYTTEN actually still thinks he's on that site too, so if SKYTTEN doesn't... I think SKYTTEN realizes it though, as he is going to catch long peek here once he comes back out, and they're not even going to need him. Jumpy just rolls right up onto the site, and they're going to be able to finish him off, so that's going to close out the round once again. GreyFace will be able to maintain themselves through this. TSM will still have another bye going into the 26th round, But still, GreyFace now back into this game. They takes heavy losses, so their money's not going to be in the best position, as we can already see here. And now TSM are actually going to end up calling out the pause here, as they are they're not in a secure spot just as of yet. Now, BARBARR is going to take a little bit of a bio break as well, I imagine, because this is coming in here. So, GreyFace, they maintain through this. They pick up the round. Now the big trouble is the consistency, because they're going to have to use a lot of their cash to rebuy a lot of these rifles for teammates. We can see there that Jumpy's going to drop one for himself, or Jumpy's going to drop one for one of his teammates. cajunb and BARBARR actually saved quite a bit of cash. Højsleth will have to go for his own, unfortunately. No love for him, as they don't want to toss him a free gun. But for the members of TSM, still looking pretty good on their part. We actually are going to see the SG buy coming out here from Device as well. And actually, it was not a tech pause. I do apologize. It was a Device this time that has been kicked out. I think he got the VAC authentication error. That might just actually be Steam servers that time. So we'll see if he can get himself back on. Hopefully, it's quick, because if not, that will get very annoying indeed. But overall, here still two. GreyFace, they've actually. I mean, we started off this half just to talk about this one and to discuss some things here too. Obviously, this half not going very well at all for the members of TSM. They take a swift lead, but they've been able to strike back a little bit now. And because the members of GreyFace had a fairly good CT-sided half here, picking up those 9 rounds there, they are able to sort of swing their way back in. They're still going to be down by those 3 points. They're still on very, very thin ice in terms of their ability to actually win out this map, but they have evolved to a certain degree and learned how to play against this T-side here from TSM, where previously on the last map, and even for the very beginnings of this first half here on Dust 2, they were having a whole lot of trouble, just to be completely honest, just with countering out the push here. But TSM finally started having a little bit of struggle here, as GreyFace was actually able to pick up the opening responses. They were able to predict the movements and catch a lot of these players out as they figured out the strat. And for TSM, they've been trying to sort of work a new movement a couple times, working a lot more over towards the A site to hopefully have some better luck towards there, but it hasn't been going very well. So now for TSM, the question becomes, do they shift this back over towards potentially just going towards what was working for them and going for this B take, mid to B split, which has been phenomenally working out for them almost every time when they played it fast for themselves? Or do they try to brute force their way through with this A take, hope it ends up working out for one of these rounds, and that they can break the economy from the side of GreyFace? Now, again, we go back to that money situation for GreyFace. I talked about them being on thin ice. This is still very, very true when you look specifically at Jumpy, Højsleth, and pauf, who are all sitting below $500 with $300, $200, and $100 respectively, for a total of $600 left on the entire team, with the exceptions of cajunb and BARBARR. Those two will be able to buy, but they will only be able to buy for themselves essentially, so that could become troublesome. And obviously, again, if they drop this round, they're still only going to have at max maybe 2 or 3 rifles if they end up having to play it more team-based. We could probably see an extra FAMAS or 2 drop that onto the table. But if they just want to play it selfishly, then we'll get 2 full buys, and all the pressure will come out of those guys. But it looks like there is going to be a little bit of a trouble, guys, with getting that 5th member from TSM back in. So we're going to kick off with the tunes very quick while we wait for either him to rejoin or for them to find a stand-in. Stick around, and we'll finish up this game, or we'll resume this game in just a second as soon as we have that player connected.
Time that you don't own, you leave me waiting all alone, breaking words you said in fear, promises that felt like tears, and when I'm waiting broken Fighting battles we can't win. Can't you see the mess we're in? Choking up on every sin. Your promises don't mean a thing. And when I'm waiting all alone, I need you to take me home. Promises like broken bones. I've been holding on to you. And when I'm waiting all alone, I need you to take me home. Promises like broken bones. I've been holding on to you.
Alright, we're back, guys. Sorry about that, game crashed real quick, but you didn't miss anything. So, we're back into this one now. There is a stand-in for TSM at this point, as it appears, I believe it was karrigan? Yeah, I think karrigan had some internet issues, so he's had to drop out for the time being. And filling in is going to be Magic Boy. So, GreyFace again on a very, very crucial round for themselves at this point. Obviously, the things potentially going badly here, it's going to leave them with not a whole lot of money left for that next round, and that would just finish things up here for TSM. So we'll see. Obviously, I think Magic Boy had to get dropped, so that actually lowers their money equivalent a little bit here too, so it helps them out. But there's going to be dupreeh opening things up. Pauf though gets aggressive and finds the response, and cajunb picks one up, but there's cajunb picking one up. However, Device comes out on top, and TSM will win the trade. They're bringing things into a 3-on-2, leaving just Jumpy along with Højsleth as the final two left alive. Højsleth's out in the open. dupreeh gets the quick flick to finish him off, and now they've got control of that site. So it's just going to be Jumpy way back. He might have to just make the smart choice and fall back to save. So we'll see if that is going to be what he ends up doing now. And that looks like is what is going to be the case at the very least. He'll look for a frag or two back over here. He'll look for a frag or two back over here on cap. With that op, and, you know, obviously not really any AKs being around. There's not a whole lot he can do, and Device is going to catch him anyway. So there's TSM at 15 points. Magic Boy comes in to help, but I'm going to be honest here, I don't really think they need them that much. But we see the pause coming out from GreyFace now. And not sure why. But I imagine this is just them trying to oh. Well, that's why. Alright, this is gonna be fun. TSM just want to get it over with, man. They know their money's broke at this point. They're getting at max like 2 rifle buys here. Not even that, I don't think. I think they're just getting 1. I don't think the BARBARR can afford 1. I think they're only going to be able to get 1 rifle buy off of maybe cajunb. So they're going to be on they're going to be sitting over on, for the most part, just upgraded pistols here. TSM have got this, so pauf just waiting for his internet to stop fidgeting, and then we should be able to resume it. And we should be able to probably get to the end of this game, which more than likely TSM is going to end up winning out at this point. So, maybe not. Hold on. It's going back up again. It's going down. Let's see. Is it? So you can play with 128 ping. It's good enough. It's good enough for 1 round. It's only pistols, so like it's like you have to spray with it or anything like that. Light competition should be able to be well enough on pistols. There we go. He's back down to 68. That should be good enough. So this is, as I said before, probably going to be the last round at this point. Not a whole lot that GreyFace can do to try to resist this one. TSM sitting back over here on pretty much everything they need, and still with a large sum of money on Xypnix as well at $12,000, and obviously again with him probably being Surprisingly, again, when you look at the overall scoreline too, he actually hasn't, you know, been highlighting himself all that well. It's just been good that he hasn't been dying a whole lot. He's been very preservative with himself, kind of hanging in the back of the pack, as to say, when it's mainly been cajunb along with dupreeh coming out with most of the frags, but we will see a push coming out there. dupreeh finds an opening kill, but that's going to actually be pauf and Jumpy that find two to respond to it from GreyFace, so they might just be able to escape this round as of yet, as a little bit over aggressiveness comes out there from TSM back over in the tunnel, and they won't be able to find an avenue out there just as of yet, and ooh, Magic Boy, probably the worst time to go for the Reedtz there as Queaton catches a couple shots onto him. That brings him down to just about 50 HP. They're going to work for this take over here onto the B-sec. They're going to run into a lot of resistance this time from GreyFace. Unfortunately, they catch one of the members of GreyFace on a rotate. They get himself back up towards window, so they catch two of these kills. Now BARBARR is stuck off of the site. Not a whole lot he can do at this point. He's trying to jump up and down to catch somebody that would go on the platform. Finds Xyp9x that takes him down, but Magic Boy finding a response too. He's going to press forward, and hey, they use Magic Boy a little bit there at the very least, so he's going to come out with 2 kills there at the end. And that's going to close out the match and the set, guys. 16-11 in the favor of TSM, with the second map also going their way back over on Overpass with the score of 16-6. A lot better from Team Kappa that time, but not enough in order to swing a victory. So once again, folks, that's the only match I do believe we have for today here in Europe, so that's going to close things out. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I believe we might, I'm trying to figure out, I don't think we're actually going to be back tomorrow. I could be wrong on that one though, but we'll figure that one out when that comes along. So we'll see you guys what's happening. If you've enjoyed the cast, you can go ahead and follow me over on Twitter. I'm at BLUCSGO. I'll link it in the chat as well, so just give me a second, I should be able to link that. But that's about it, guys, so thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for more of the StarLadder StarSeries Season 14, presented by iLeague.